Hello, guys. It's that time on TV where we talk about everything on Let's Talk About Tomorrow. Now, today we'll be having a very, very, deep, what's the word, conversation. But let's introduce everyone here. I'm back after a few weeks, and I can say I come bearing gifts. So you're wondering what gift is it? Let me let gift talk for herself.
Thank you. Hi guys, it's your girl Laura.
Mhm.
Yes, my friends that have flower in my name, but that's not true.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
so excited to be here today.
Mhm.
We're going to be having awesome conversations.
Definitely.
We have
definitely.
other people in the studios,
Yeah,
so we'll
yeah,
start
yeah,
with
yeah.
over here.
My name is David.
Yeah, you
Just
sure?
like that.
It's always wonderful to have you.
Please, next.
All right. So we also have.
My name is Roberta.
Thank you for joining us, and obviously, Barrister Evan Tufele.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you for
being
joining us.
here with us. So,
All right, so does being an elder sibling still count? Let's put this in perspective.
Mhm.
In African cultures, being born hours apart could be such a great determining factor.
Mhm.
How much more when it's days or even years apart?
Exactly. In fact, it could be all that stands between you and all the cultural rights that you can enjoy or not enjoy. That's the thing.
Period. But we're also in an age where money is guilty of reversing established ways of life.
Mhm.
Maybe more in Africa.
Mm.
Which brings us to say, does being an older sibling still count?
That's a big question. The $1 million question.
Okay.
In this day and age, who would like to try and go first? Let's throw it open.
Who would like to go first?
Okay. Let me.
No, since we're talking about being an
Yeah,
older sibling, he should go first.
Right?
You're putting me on the spot. Maybe you should have said that.
Okay. Let's go with that. Where is that?
Maybe we should have used someone who is an
Older sibling.
older person, but at the same time impoverished. So that
I have
the
not been speaking on that.
so that the person will tell us how he's coping or how she's coping. But that's just an aside. That's just a joke. The truth is that our world today is quite different from what we used to have in the past. I mean, what you call cultural privileges have been highly suppressed by the nuances of modernity. Part of the nuances of modernity is materialism. In fact, a lot of people have embraced materialism more than they have embraced any other thing.
A lot.
They've also embraced technology these days more than they've embraced culture. Okay, so in some families where the focus is on material acquisition, being an elderly person does not count. Unfortunately, the family have held that with pride, that though you are old, you have nothing. Therefore, your contribution should mean nothing.
Actually.
Just like you can read saying some proverbs that the poor man has no ideas. That the rich man's wealth is his strong suit. The destruction of the poor. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. So in some other circles, people have ensured that whether you have or not, the older person in the family
It's always the
is still regarded as the most significant person, despite his poverty or despite the weight of his impoverishment.
So, sir, what you're saying is that depending on what the families deem to be very important, if they are big on what do you have, the elder sibling status might not count so much.
They do not count.
Okay.
But apart from the family, society have its own general conclusion.
Okay, I like where that is going.
Society have its own. Most societies today, I don't want to point hands to regions in the country so that we don't become what they call, we don't do what they call prejudice.
Okay.
But there are certain places in this country where you have a dominance of that narrative that if you don't have money, you are virtually nothing.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And in some other region in this country, whether you have money or not, but you are older,
They will
there's this
hold
respect that
in
comes
high
with being
esteem.
the older person
Mm,
in the room or in the family. So despite societal conclusions
mm,
or cultural conclusions or family narratives,
mm.
okay, the truth is that if you don't have money in the present day Nigeria,
Mm.
you are facing an existential threat.
Okay, I think that's a very
Strong.
that's a very weird way to put
That's
it, but it will fly. David, I have reason to believe that you might be a first time.
Don't say you have it.
Just say no, say it simple
Okay.
chest.
So what do you think?
Oh, well, I'm the eldest son of my father.
Congratulations.
Head.
I like the way you are tooting your own horn.
Truth to be told,
Mm.
I would say it's very important as a firstborn.
Mhm.
And there are some things that I can't do for my siblings and they can't do for themselves. There are
Okay.
some things I know and they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If they need something from our dad and they don't know how to phrase it, they come to me.
You are the
Or
one.
I speak on their behalf.
Mm,
So many things I could do is what I'm very important.
Mm.
I'm not going to say we are very important
Okay.
in the family because first of all, we are the first child. We are all the values of the home. First known. So
That's
everything,
very true.
everything I do, I can see my siblings doing it
Mm.
easily. I just do this today. Before you know, one of them has already picked it up and is
Yeah.
doing it easily. Something
I
that
know,
took
right?
me years to
I know,
learn.
right? I know,
It
right?
becomes very easy because they've seen someone they can easily just, okay, this is what Brother David is doing. I can't do this and mommy will not complain. If I do something wrong and they see it and they do it and mommy catch them, the first
They will
thing
make
they will say,
reference to you.
yes, I saw Brother David doing this.
Mm.
So, my values are very important. My presence is very, very, very important.
Tell me
because
about it.
that if like now my younger brother wants something, he doesn't know how to go about it. But I told my dad once and he agreed. Now I know the importance of what he needs more than he that even wants it. So when I'm phrasing it, even if I'm phrasing it to be very sweet for my daddy, when
know.
I'm phrasing it, it becomes
I
very easy.
understand where you're coming from. Just to sorry, Laura, give me a minute. There's this funny thing that comes to mind that there was this guy went to the family meeting and the mother, so to speak, was going to celebrate her birthday. Another sibling was there with her husband and she was like, okay, I don't have much, but the cow you need for, you know the way we do parties here in Africa, the cows you will need for the party. I think I would champion it, the hall and everything. And this other guy, I could see how timid he was and everything. He then said, all the sachet water that he would need at the party.
That's the capacity.
The mother looked at him and she just turned her eye and faced the other one. And he was very timid, but still trying to, I beg you. And the other one was not like, you know what, instead of sachet water, don't stress yourself. Bottled water, I even forgot, I will bring a truckload of bottled water. As that one dropped it, he said, even at that, it's a party, they will still need pure water. So, you know that kind of thing. In that situation now, is like Barrister said, you don't get money, your opinion doesn't matter. Is it like really, really popular in our society now, in your own view?
Okay, my own view, yes.
Very popular.
It's very popular.
Why?
Money rules the world. Let's not forget that. Money rules the world. Irrespective of your religion, your tribe, your background, your what's it called, whatever it is, money rules the world. Not only here in Nigeria, I mean abroad as well. Money rules the world. Now, I was also going to say, coming from the perspective of a firstborn, I'm actually the first daughter of my mom. And you can, if you had lived with my dad, presumably you think I'm the first daughter and first child of my father. So a lot of people used to think she's the firstborn, but I had a half sister who was not staying in Lagos. So now being a firstborn, the experience
you said firstborn daughter,
of my mother.
I don't know if you use TikTok a lot, but
No, I
there's
don't.
a lot of complaints from firstborn daughters.
Yes, I'm going to that.
That's why
I'm going to that. Yes, because it's another gender thing now.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to that. So the responsibilities, the expectations when you are the first child is a lot. being a first child, being a firstborn, and there's a lot of things you can do that you cannot escape. So you are the first person that will go through a lot of experiments.
Like the prototype.
Yes. So your younger ones, like David made mention, his younger ones they'll come to you for consultation and advice. But you're the first person who experienced a whole lot of things. I remember back then, I was the only child who wanted to study mass communication. My father wanted me to study medicine because I used to tell him back then, ignorantly, I'll study medicine and all of that.
Right.
And then only for me to realize that my career and destiny is not in this thing. So daddy, I want to follow. We actually we fought in my counselor's office. And the woman ended up saying, okay, let this girl do what she wants to do. So growing up now, other siblings, so he decided to let this one, she's a rebel, let her go. Then the others will do medicine or do any other science course and everything. Only for my brother to now come out after going through school for 4 years that he wants to study my course.
Are you serious?
Then I sat him there and I'm like, don't do what I'm doing. Me, I already understand that my father has put me in one box. He said, no, like that is his calling. He feels that, blah, blah, blah. And my father now begins to wonder, like, what is all this? Like, I've fashioned what you guys will do. But I actually went through a lot of, I had the back brunt of everything. Now, having said that also, I sit down and I talk to my siblings like this. Now, if they want to get to my father, they come through me. And sometimes when I look at our last one, I'm like, are you enjoying me? Because if I had done this years ago, I know what I would have experienced. So let me give you an example. My brother, my immediate younger brother, took Popsy's car, my dad's car out, and then for some reason, I don't know, he bashed the car.
Okay.
I'm in church and then I get a phone call. How far? Where are you? Oh, I'm in church. Hey, you see now, there's something you will do for us now. He didn't even mention for us, all the boys. And then he said, we took the car out. Why are you giving me that information? I'm not around though.
Okay.
Then I'm like, but when daddy comes back, his flight is going to land today. When he comes back, we are going to put your name in it. We'll tell him that you were around. So that
Okay.
Mitigate,
exactly.
Cushion.
Yes. Thank you. Now I actually had to go home that day. And then my father now said, they now mentioned my name. Roberta was there. She did the, and you know when you are speechless and you're looking at your father and you're looking at the siblings.
Did it actually work?
Yeah,
Well,
they scripted the story.
already. Now the thing was he left them and now faced me. Now started giving me my failures, records of my failures. And then I don't understand this and that. And then you are there. What are you doing? Coordinating your siblings. Blah blah blah.
I'm not going to forget you.
And aside from that too, there's also the part whereby whether you have hammered, you have not hammered, they call you, and then I still had like calls like that yesterday. Sis, how far? I'm like, I'm fine. How far? I just,
Billion,
even if it's just 2K. Yeah, even if it's just 2K. And remember, I'm like, I'm not believing your father. Why you believe me? They will not tell you, we know you have responsibilities and duties and this and that, but anything you can just, And the funniest part, I don't know how these guys know. When I have money, I see their calls.
The thing is, people don't talk about it enough. It just entered my head now. Siblings have your mumu button more than any other person.
Yeah, your younger siblings. Now, to make it more interesting,
what they are looking
there was a day I was complaining to my younger brother. I'm like, you keep asking, what have I benefited from? He said, why you complain as if you're the one that wrote the book of Lamentations? He said, don't you know that when you die and you leave me in this world, my nieces and, my nephews, I will be the one to take over your responsibility. So treat me well. Now you're investing. I'm honest.
I know some people that in school, when you ask them that, how do you make money? They can tell you I'm a younger sibling to 5 people. That's the answer.
No, I'm telling you.
That's the answer. There is a schedule
already
called part-time.
Yes. And then your younger ones, your younger ones also tend to get moral lessons from your life as well, like the mistakes you make.
David,
so it does count.
Laura, you said.
Yeah, no, I wanted to say something, but mine is a different. I'm just like an only child.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have like an older stepbrother.
Okay.
And I've not really benefited anything. So like,
but you're learning now.
Yeah.
This is a learning curve for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are giving you templates you could use against.
Oh my!
Maybe I could try, but it's just never really been like that. But
is there a cordial relationship between both of you? Nah. That's why.
So
Yeah.
Committee. There's been these conversations going, on Twitter.
Okay.
People like say, elder siblings, they have this main character syndrome.
Mm.
It's always
We are the main
about them. It's always
Mm.
about them.
Yeah.
And then you end up,
I like that question.
you know, the stepdaughter, sorry, the second daughters, the
Yes,
third, the last
yes.
ones, they're not seeing. It's basically you guys. And every time people come online, people rant, oh, I'm an elder child, I'm suffering responsibility. I'm even seeing some people say, who gave you the responsibility? Why are you always feeling like you have to show yourself or you have to do this?
I think,
When nobody
okay,
literally asked you to do that.
it's automated when you're the firstborn.
Is he exaggerated?
It's
No,
not
no, it's-
exaggerated.
it's-
I actually see a lot. Elder siblings,
you sure
they
it's not
are always
exaggerated?
ranting. They are always
No,
ranting.
because I don't think it's that. I think there's a void that lingers behind them that they feel the need to feel. Yes, there is. It's
That's
not,
another
it's
very-
not, it's not even a responsibility per se. It's not. It's not scripted or written anywhere that as an older child,
You must.
your duty is to ensure that financial provision and the rest of that. I have a lot of younger ones, and what I did in my cases, I get these demands a lot. So one day I called the last child,
The last born.
I'm very curious.
So I now place him on salary. So every month there's a particular amount of money I give him. And once I give him that money, closes the door. But the previous dispensation was he could pick like 30,000, 40, 50, 80 from me within a month. So what I did was to compress everything and reduce it by half. And once he's 29, he'll call me and say, this is this. I'll just throw it there. Then he sees that up.
Okay.
That in a way also get to discipline him. That once that one, he has to manage put it in perspective because he's coming with me with lies. He'll go to my parents with lies.
Yes.
He'll call my brother abroad with lies. He'll go, and then at the end of the day, he has
Yes, you know.
what is this?
Well,
If he's in school, he's buying food
What
for
I
people.
cannot earn in a month is almost going to earn that just because
He's a
you are the
last
last child by biological accident. It's not.
I hope he's not watching this.
So I needed to tame him because before you know it, you begin to see it as a career.
yes, yes.
And when you start to see it as a career, you will not want to leave the home. So these are influences we have to check.
Yeah, there's no law actually that you have to that is mandatory that you have to probably be responsible by. It's automated in Nigeria, Africa. I mean, there are instances where I've actually heard the saying that, oh, your sibling is doing this. What are you doing? But don't you know you are the first child? Don't you know you are the
I know,
elder
right?
sibling? Do you know the
Yes.
pressure?
There are times when growing up, I would skip doing the dishes, and mommy gets back from work, and it is
Who does it go to?
she
The
wants
backlash.
to beat me. Then she faces, "But you were at home," and that one is like, "Why? And she will give it to him, such that when she leaves, and I don't want to wash plates, I used to get a lot of beating.
Yes, I remember. I used to spank my younger ones very well.
And I was
Yes, I
exceptionally
used to.
stubborn, so he gave it to me.
It's main character syndrome.
No, it's not.
It's main
You know, there's
character.
something about Gen Z generation. You always look for one thing to just pack it.
Yeah,
My dear, no. No, I will bring them in a way. Yes, so I will bring it in. You people have a way of,
Wait, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. With what you just said, you are not. You guys are never beating the allegations.
Do you get
Do you know why?
exactly?
Anytime we raise something and we just
They
want to
make it
discuss
about
it, the
themselves.
next thing is Gen Z dismissal. You guys shut up.
You
You guys
see?
don't have deep thoughts. You
That's
guys don't.
exactly
but there's
what I
one
mean.
thing-
No,
there's
it's
one thing
not.
I know
That's
about-
Okay,
exactly what I
One
mean.
thing I know about the Gen Z is this.
Yes.
Anything that contains regimentation, the Gen Z will question it. Anything.
They question
Anything that
everything.
contains rigidity. That's why the Gen
But
Z.
that's
The
being
Gen Z they have
progressive.
no.
Actually,
They have not. See, Gen Z have no. The Gen Z are the future, really.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Even though they are already old, but they don't know.
Mm.
Yes, they are old. The
alpha generations are coming up
actually,
already.
Those ones, their eyes are blue. They don't learn anything. They know how to do it.
Mm.
The Gen Zs are fast learners. The alpha generation don't learn. They know it.
Bam, like
You understand? So
that.
that's different. So now, that's why religion is not big on Gen Z. That's why religion is dead. It's dying. It's going to, the alpha generation, those who don't even consider it. The Gen Zs will also look at it. Since mom is looking at it, let me look at it. Here, one or two things.
Yes.
Because religion contains a lot of regimentation. And it does not fall down. And that is how the world should be. As the world progresses, just like the Renaissance. During the Renaissance, the Renaissance is what they call the rebirth of knowledge. That is when all the philosophical religious prediction failed. That is why the age of 40 still remains the age of rebellion. Watch yourself. All those who were strong in faith before they became 40.
Yes.
I'm part of it. I even did theology. But the moment you become 40, you will not enter any church again.
You just feel that,
Yes.
Yes.
So get there, you just find that it is the age of rebellion where you are questioning all that you have been taught from Grado to 40.
Yes.
Especially seeing that the world is not conforming to it. Unconsciously, you start to question it. So the Gen Z is one of their advantage. If they are saying is dominant syndrome, what do you call it?
Main character.
Main character syndrome.
I don't understand.
So there are a lot of people who carry that aura.
It is too much.
Firstborn.
It is what
They
defines
carry
their
like-
personality.
The point is, I think where the main character syndrome comes in is you're a firstborn. Okay, we know. We acknowledge that. But every time you make it feel like secondborns, they don't have problems, they don't have issues they're dealing with. You make everything about you.
Dismissal
like,
again.
You just, in your head, I feel like it's in your head, because in your head you feel like, oh, I'm the firstborn, I have a lot going on, this and that. And you're not understanding that your younger siblings also have things going on. And then you make everything about you. You understand?
No, I think wait, hold on. Okay.
There's this way you, what's the word? Talk down on whatever a younger sibling is doing.
Exactly.
Maybe you're going through stuff and it comes to you, or just says it by the way. I'm feeling there's this waiting you don't see for this life. Come on for you.
Exactly.
No, but wait, hold on. Let's be more realistic. I'm going through probably like, David, please, I want you to, relate with me on this one. You're going through a lot, money-wise, this responsibility, and then one of your younger siblings just come and tells you that, you see that girl, that's that I don't know, I spoke to her and she's not giving me feelers, like she's not responding. I said hi and she just said hello and she's just giving these monosyllabic answers, and I'm just looking at you like, with all the things I'm going. No, hold on, not for car, you just came
to tell you,
to just and then he knows. And then when he now finishes, he will now tell you, so that money that I asked you about the other day, I'm thinking about how to give you money. And then you're coming, and at the end of the day, you now realize that money is even asking, hold on, he wants to use it for that same girl.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something before we wrap up? I feel like this is exactly what we're saying. You have your own problems.
Yes.
Do you know this is why the younger siblings are always having issues with the other siblings? I'm coming to you with my problems, and you're dismissing it because you're thinking about money.
My dear, I have my problems. Are you going to help me with my problems?
You say there's a problem.
No, are you actually helping me with my problems? So let's hear from David. Yes, please do.
As we wrap up, David.
As the first one, I know I have my issues, and whenever my siblings come to me with their issues, I always give them ear, because most of the things I'm going to say are going to be very easy for me to give them solutions to. Of course, I've been through it, and at this stage of his life now, I know that, okay, this is most definitely what he's passing through.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a stage where you come as a guy, you start feeling the denial you get from women. That's when you start knowing that this guy is looking at me one time. You now start feeling down on yourself. There's just that stage you get,
and you need counsel in that stage.
Yes, when he bad advice. When he came, I told him that these girls don't matter. They don't matter. And
not in the grand scheme of things. Now they don't.
Just now, they don't matter. He questioned it. And then I gave him a lot of bad advice, things he would say.
Okay.
That if a girl treats you this way, if she treats you this way, you tell her
this. Good brother.
And you go and you sit down one side, she will be the one that come back later.
Yeah.
Come and ask what it is.
But okay.
So bottom line.
Yeah, bottom line is every older sibling matter, right? And to your, this my own is to the younger ones now. Always place relevance on your older sibling. They've seen it, they've been, no, hold on. And also to the older sibling as well, do not neglect your younger sibling. In as much as I have my own challenges, and I mean, I still have my siblings who come and give me their girls' issue and their boys' issue, and I would listen and give my advice. Try my best to, keep in touch. We're not all together, but I'm just that one person that you always come and tell your problems to. And with my problems, I will still listen to your problem.
I feel like younger siblings need to also start checking up on
Yes, and then
it's not every time send money, press money. Sometimes
you don't even know what I'm going through. Yeah,
exactly.
I just called you. What do you want? I don't know. I just want to hear you. What's going on?
Exactly. Something like
the person will be melted. Yeah, no.
They will not press
Even
money.
if the elder sibling have no money,
yes,
do not make them feel less of themselves. But that's the topic really.
Yes.
Don't make anyone feel less of himself just because you have material things and the other person's. A man's life does not consist of his possessions, material possessions. The higher values. Okay, money is just a means of exchange. Okay, we have human dignity, we have human person,
integrity,
and that entity must be preserved. Okay, as much as possible. So everyone is important.
No.
Everyone, yes.
It sounds like a topic that in part 2 wouldn't be a bad idea if you ask me.
Yes, from another perspective, yeah.
From the last
I
one.
still have a lot of thoughts. I still have to hold on.
Yes.
So thank you so much, guys, for joining us on this episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow. So we really, really anticipate your joining us next time. So from us here right now, it's bye-bye.
Bye.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.